Hello and welcome to City Focus. I'm Diane Gonzalez. The challenges and opportunities for Native Americans will be explored at the 2015 Great Plains Symposium coming up in May at UNL. Standing Bear and the Trail Ahead is presented by the UNL Center for Great Plains Studies and the Nebraska Commission on Indian Affairs. And joining me now are two of the organizers for this important two-day event. Rick Edwards is the director of the Center for Great Plains Studies, and Judy Goshkabas is the director of the Commission on Indian Affairs. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you.
First, I'm going to start by having you tell us a little bit about your organizations. Judy, tell us about the Commission.
The Commission was formed in 1971 and we're housed in the state capitol. We're a non-code state agency, and our mission is to advocate for Indian people and to serve as a liaison between tribal people, the legislature, the governor, and help people understand and know the rights of First Peoples of Nebraska.
And one of your projects right now is a memorial trail to honor Standing Bear?
That is true, yes, and it really ties well into what we're doing here. All these layers of work that recognize Standing Bear, who is in the Nebraska Hall of Fame, and the trial of Standing Bear, where we were first recognized as humans in 1879.
And the trail would be a memorial to the journey that he made to come back to bury his son.
It would be a federal recognition of that story, and the trail would start at Niobrara, go all the way to Oklahoma, and then circle back to Fort Omaha, and then back up to Niobrara. So it's unlike other Trails of Tears in America in that we have returned. We were able to go home, so we're really happy about that.
Okay, Rick, let's talk a little bit about the Center for Great Plains Studies. Tell us, this is part of the university. What is your mission?
Our mission is to study the environment and the people and the cultures of the Great Plains. So we're a research and teaching and outreach center. We're located in Lincoln, but we have fellows of the center on all four of the University of Nebraska campuses. And we run a variety of research and other programs to try to foster greater appreciation for the Great Plains.
Do you do a symposium every year?
We do.
And this year, we're working with Judy and her agency and others. Why is this symposium so timely and so important?
Well, of course, First Peoples, Native Americans, have been tremendously important in shaping the culture and the environment of the Great Plains. And so it's important that we come to understand that part of our history and of our current culture and society. It's particularly relevant now, I think, because we have a number of people who need to know this, and we hope will come and be educated and have a great deal of fun as well at this symposium.
And Judy, what are you hoping that people who attend the symposium will come away with?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Edwards for agreeing to do this, and I think that it's a great opportunity under the umbrella of the symposium and under the story of Standing Bear to help raise awareness of all of our tribes in Nebraska and in the Great Plains region. And it is a place where Nebraskans, native and non-natives, can come and learn stories, history that maybe they didn't learn in school, and to dispel some of the stereotypes, to celebrate the great accomplishments that so many Native people, our presenters, will be sharing those stories. And I think for all different facets of life, educators, policymakers, this is a gathering that is unlike anything that we've had in 20 years, at least in Nebraska. So I think there's something for everyone. Fun, stories, art, right, Rick?
Absolutely. One of the things that we're doing is we're celebrating Indian achievement. And just as Standing Bear, by his return to Nebraska, was created an achievement for all of us by expanding the idea of human rights, this symposium is going to look at some good news that we see happening from Indian communities around the country as we look at Indian achievement.
Well, let's run through some of the speakers that you have for the event. Let's start with Sherman Alexie, an author.
Well, Sherman, I don't know what I can say that hasn't been said, but he's nationally known throughout Indian country, and he's such a great writer. He tells a story that really tells the truth, and sometimes that's hard to accept for Indians and non-Indians as well. And to know Nebraska's history and this country's history, you have to know the history. And he does it by telling stories, and he makes it entertaining and funny. And Indian people, we have, I think, a great gift of being able to laugh at ourselves, a sense of humor. And I think all people should have that gift. So I think he's awesome. He's a rock star, and I think he's going to be one of our great draws, don't you?
I do too. He's an author who has been awarded many prizes and honors, but he's also a filmmaker, he's a presenter, he's a sort of polymath, multi-talented person. And so having him come to Lincoln is going to be a great occasion.
Another one of the featured speakers is national TV correspondent Hattie Kaufman. Tell us about Hattie.
Hattie will be the keynote speaker at the Standing Bear Breakfast, where we will sell out to 700 people and award scholarships. We've given over 20 scholarships in the last 9 years. She has recently written a great book, Falling into Place, and she was a CBS reporter for 30 years, Nez Perce tribal member, and she's just inspirational. And as a journalist, I think she brings a lot, and we hope that she'll talk about the challenges Standing Bear faced when there wasn't Facebook and the internet and all that, and how would that case have played out then and today.
And there's also some more local or regional speakers coming as well?
There are. We have a variety of speakers. It's really just an astounding lineup of talent. Still in the national category, Winona LaDuke is coming. She is well known for being an activist and author across the country. But we'll also have some local talent, as you suggest. David Wishart, who's written an absolutely wonderful book, sad book, but a wonderful book about dispossession in Nebraska called An Unspeakable Sadness. Margaret Jacobs, who's a professor in the history department at UNL. Lance Morgan is coming. Of course, he's the one who conceived and implemented and now leads Ho-Chunk Incorporated up in Winnebago country. So we have both local and national talent coming, and it's going to be quite an impressive show.
Now things are going to sort of, one of the highlights for a lot of people, something kind of an artistic legend, is Buffy Sainte-Marie. She's going to be doing a special concert. Tell us about that.
Well, I think that's going to be a fun time for some of the older generation to go back and think about what was going on back in the 60s and 70s. Buffy was on Sesame Street, and one of our breakout sessions will deal with what she was so great at promoting on that show for children, and that was embracing the value of breastfeeding way back then. So we have a national speaker coming in. Cammie Goldhammer will speak to today what happened with the federal policies where the families were broken up and women lost some of those family traditions and the models for breastfeeding. So that's one thing that Buffy did, but you know, she won an Academy Award for one of her songs, and she's still performing all around the country and has a new album out. So I think she's a vital part of Indian country, and she was involved in the Wounded Knee events, and we have some of that going on with Beatty Brosh, our local wonderful Beatty, who helped feed the Indian people at the time that the trial occurred here. And I believe Marlon Brando came to town. There was a large gathering then. So this is similar to that. It's great to have Buffy back, and I've never met her, so I'm really excited to see her.
So some of us will remember her as the folk legend from the 60s and 70s.
Right.
A slightly younger generation will remember her from Sesame Street. I'm sure if she were here, she would say, she's making music today. She's just coming off a tour in Australia and in the United Kingdom. She'll be doing a national tour here. Her new album will be dropping, as they say, on May 12th, just before our symposium. So she's very much in the moment as well as in the past.
Well, let's give people the details on the symposium, the 2015 Great Plains Symposium. Standing Bear and the Trail Ahead is May 14th and 15th at UNL. The phone number there, if you want to find out more information, is 472-3965. And the website, unl.edu/plains/2015-symposium, or you can use the go.unl.edu/standingbear2015. Both of those will work. If you want to attend the whole conference, it's $95 for registration, but some of the other events have separate charges. Can you explain how that works?
Our breakfast, which is Friday morning, it's $40 per person or $400 a table. And everybody that comes will be getting one of these hashtag Standing Bear bracelets that I'd like to give you.
Thank you
as
very
a
much.
gift. And on each table we'll have one of Hattie's books. And then the luncheon with Wilson Pipestem, which is focusing on honoring tribal leaders and some of the legal battles Wilson has dealt with. That's $25?
$20.
20. And then we have the evening with Buffy, $45?
$35, 40 at the door.
40 at the door.
Yes,
Okay.
all on the website.
It's all on the website, and the other ticketed event is the Sherman Alexie Lecture, which is $15.
Now, someone can go online and say, well, maybe I want to attend this particular session. If they just want to come for one session and it's not one of the ticketed events, or people
Those
can
are
just
free.
drop by?
Those are
Okay.
free,
All
yes.
right. So something for everyone.
Right.
Now, you mentioned it includes the Standing Bear breakfast. There's also some free films at the Ross.
Yes, that's right. On Thursday afternoon, we'll be showing 2 films. Both are free. The first one is The Cherokee Word for Water, which is a wonderful film. We will have a discussion or talkback session after that with the lead actor in the movie, whose name is Moses Brings-Plenty. And then following that, we'll be showing Standing Bear's Footsteps with talkback by Christine Leashock and Joe Starita. And those are free, and we're hoping that people come and take advantage of that.
Wonderful. Again, website unl.edu. There's a couple different websites you can go to, and we'll show that on the screen again for the complete schedule is available on the website there.
Yes,
go.unl.edu/Standing Bear 2015. We need to wrap up here, but I want to just talk to you a little bit about, Judy, why do you think people should attend this event?
Well, as I said earlier, if you want to learn and know about this great country that we live in, you need to know the First People's story, and then that helps you to respect and know your story. So come and share in this great story of Standing Bear, which is a national story that I think is something to celebrate. And meet new people, get out of your comfort zone. And Lincoln and Nebraska is a great place to be, and meet people from all over the world. And I think that's what I would say is the takeaway.
Rick?
I would just say come and have fun. It's going to be a joyous occasion as well as an educational one. This is not going to be eating your broccoli. This is going to be fun to be at. So it's an event you don't want to miss, I think.
All right, thank you both very much for being with us again. The 2015 Great Plains Symposium on May 14th and 15th at UNL, Standing Bear and the Trail Ahead. Thank you both so much for being here, and good luck for the symposium.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for City Focus.